Every day the world loses legends, icons whose lives shaped our culture, our memories, our hearts. From actors to musicians, pioneers to visionaries, their stories deserve to be remembered and celebrated. Welcome back. Here we honor the lives, achievements, and legacies of those who passed. The tragic news was confirmed quietly in Washington, D.C., a somber reminder of the passing of a life devoted to public service. Robert Swan Mueller III, a man whose name became synonymous with integrity and calm authority, passed away on March 20, 2026. For more than 3 decades he served the nation in roles that demanded courage, clarity, and an unwavering commitment to justice. Today, America pauses to honor a guardian of the law, whose presence was steady and whose decisions shaped the course of history in moments of profound challenge. Born on August 7, 1944 in New York, Mueller's path to leadership was forged in the discipline of service and study. He graduated from Princeton University before attending the University of Virginia School of Law. But it was not only books that shaped him. As a young officer in the U.S. Marine Corps during the Vietnam War, he faced combat, earning both a Bronze Star for heroism and a Purple Heart. These early experiences instilled in him a sense of duty and resilience that would define his career in public service. Mueller's legal and governmental career was marked by an unusual breadth of trust. Appointed or reappointed by presidents of both parties from George H. W. Bush to Barack Obama, he navigated the corridors of power with quiet precision. He was often described as a figure who put principle above politics. Colleagues recalled his calm demeanor during crises. Former Attorney General William Barr said, "Bob Mueller brought steadiness to moments when the nation needed it most." His focus was always on the law, never the spotlight. In 2001, he became the 6th director of the Federal Bureau of Investigation. His tenure would come to define him in the public eye. Mueller led the FBI through times of national vulnerability, including the aftermath of September 11. Under his leadership, the Bureau adapted to new threats, balancing the delicate demands of security and civil liberty. Every decision, from personnel management to high-profile investigations, reflected a steadfast dedication to fairness and the protection of justice. Family and friends often described him as a private man, someone who carried responsibility with humility. His devotion extended beyond work into quiet personal acts of kindness and loyalty. One former colleague noted, "He listened more than he spoke, and when he did, you felt the weight of his experience. That is the hallmark of a true leader." Social media tributes poured in following the news of his passing. Citizens from all walks of life shared memories of how his integrity inspired trust, and how his example reminded America that leadership could be measured by character rather than fame. Mueller's work was not without controversy or challenge, yet he approached every obstacle with the same steady hand that defined his career. Investigations that tested the patience and trust of the public were met with meticulous care. His attention to detail and commitment to impartiality earned him respect across political lines. In a world increasingly marked by division, he remained a symbol of measured judgment and moral clarity. The legacy of Robert Mueller is measured not only in legal accomplishments or titles held but in the culture of responsibility he fostered. Mentors and protégés alike spoke of his dedication to instilling values of honesty, diligence, and perseverance. His work created systems and standards that continue to guide law enforcement today. Former FBI Deputy Director Andrew McCabe reflected, "Bob taught us what it meant to serve the public, not ourselves. That lesson will endure for generations." As we remember Robert Swan Mueller III, we are reminded that true leadership is often quiet, unassuming, and deeply principled. His life was one of unwavering commitment to justice, a standard bearer for those who serve. In remembering him, we reflect not only on his accomplishments but on the strength of character that allowed him to guide others through the most challenging moments of our nation's history. His legacy is a steady light, a reminder that courage and integrity can endure beyond a lifetime. In the end, Robert Mueller will be remembered not for the headlines that bore his name, but for the enduring impact of a life devoted to the service of others. America bids farewell to a guardian of justice, whose dedication shaped the law, inspired respect, and set a standard for those who follow. His memory will live on in the principles he defended and the countless individuals who witnessed his example of steadfast honor. The news of Michael Lolich's passing arrived quietly, but it struck deeply across Detroit and the wider baseball world. On a spring morning, fans and former teammates alike paused to reflect on the life of a man whose left arm once commanded stadiums and whose spirit embodied the very heart of the game. Michael Stephen Lolich, a left-handed pitcher for the Detroit Tigers, passed away after a life marked by dedication, perseverance, and the quiet leadership that defined an era of baseball. His legacy is not just in the games won, but in the countless fans whose admiration he earned through grit and determination. Born on October 15, 1940 in Portland, Oregon, Lolich displayed an early talent for baseball. He pursued the game with focus and a relentless drive to improve. After years of minor league play, he joined the Detroit Tigers in 1963, stepping into a team and a city hungry for heroes. From the beginning, his pitching was marked by control, stamina, and an unyielding competitive spirit. Fans quickly recognized his talent and his willingness to rise to the occasion, even under pressure. His career reached its pinnacle during the 1968 World Series, where Lolich's performances became the stuff of legend. With 3 complete game victories against the St. Louis Cardinals, he secured the championship for Detroit. It was a defining moment that captured not only the city's imagination but also the essence of his career: persistence, heart, and unshakable focus. Former teammate Al Collin once said, "Michael never gave up. He was the kind of player who made you believe anything was possible on the mound." Lolich's consistency and dedication extended far beyond a single season or championship. Over a career that spanned more than a decade, he amassed more than 200 wins, earning multiple All-Star selections and a reputation as one of the most reliable pitchers of his generation. But it was not just statistics that defined him. His leadership, often quiet and understated, influenced younger players, and he became a mentor to those who would follow in his footsteps. Fans recall not only the strikeouts but the composure and determination he carried onto every field. Social media and tributes poured in after the announcement of his passing. One fan tweeted, "Michael Lolich was more than a pitcher. He was the heartbeat of Detroit baseball. His courage on the mound inspired a city." Former manager Mayo Smith reflected, "Michael had a rare combination of talent and heart. He could take over a game in ways that left everyone in awe. That is a gift very few possess." Even decades after his final pitch, his presence remained vivid in the memories of fans who watched him play with unwavering dedication. Beyond the field, Michael Lolich was known for humility and integrity. Friends and family describe a man who valued hard work, honesty, and loyalty above all. His quiet leadership off the field matched the composure he showed during the most critical innings. Through it all, he never sought the spotlight, choosing instead to let his actions and commitment to the game speak for themselves. The impact of Lolich's career is measured not just in games won or records set, but in the culture he helped shape. He reminded a generation of players and fans alike that perseverance, consistency, and loyalty were as important as raw talent. His influence lives on in the stories shared in dugouts, among friends, and in every recounting of baseball history that celebrates determination and passion. As we remember Michael Stephen Lolich, we honor a life lived with purpose and devotion to his craft. He was a player who brought pride to his city, joy to his fans, and mentorship to those who looked up to him. The legacy of his career is one of endurance, heart, and the quiet power of doing one's best in every moment. In the hearts of Detroit and the world of baseball, Michael Lolich will be remembered not just as a left-handed pitcher, but as a symbol of resilience, courage, and dedication. His memory will live on in the cheers of fans, the history of the game, and in the countless individuals inspired by his example. America's pastime has lost a legend, but the spirit of Michael Lolich endures, echoing through every pitch, every stadium, and every story told of a man who played with his heart on the mound. The news spread quietly across Europe, yet it carried a weight felt by millions of football fans around the world. Mircea Lucescu, the legendary Romanian coach whose vision and tactical brilliance transformed clubs into dynasties, passed away. From Bucharest to Donetsk, from national teams to league champions, His influence shaped the modern game. Today, fans, players, and colleagues remember not just a manager, but a master of football strategy, a mentor, and a symbol of dedication. His passing marks the end of an era defined by innovation, leadership, and a relentless love for the beautiful game. Born on July 29, 1945, in Bucharest, Romania, Lucescu's journey began on the pitch. As a young footballer, he showed skill, intelligence, and a deep understanding of the game. He played as a midfielder for several clubs, including Dinamo Bucuresti, before moving into management, where his strategic mind would flourish. His early coaching years in Romania laid the foundation for a career that would eventually span decades and cross international borders. Lucescu's rise to prominence came not only through his understanding of tactics but also through his ability to inspire and lead. Players often spoke of his unique approach, combining discipline with creativity. "He made you think, made you question yourself," recalled former Shakhtar Donetsk striker Fernandinho. "But above all, he made you believe in yourself and in the team." His philosophy emphasized teamwork, technical skill, and intelligent play, making every squad he led a cohesive and dynamic unit. In Ukraine, Lucescu's work at Shakhtar Donetsk became the stuff of legend. Taking over in 2004, he transformed the club into a domestic powerhouse and a respected force in European competitions. His tactical innovations and ability to nurture young talent brought Shakhtar to the forefront of football. Under his guidance, the team won numerous league titles, cup trophies, and reached the knockout stages of the UEFA Champions League on multiple occasions. Fans and journalists alike marveled at his ability to combine strategy with human motivation. Colleagues and rivals often spoke of Lucescu's insight and dedication. Former Romanian Football Federation President Mircea Sandu said, "Mircea was more than a coach, he was a teacher of football. He had a mind for tactics, a heart for people, and a soul for the game." Social media quickly filled with tributes after the announcement of his passing. Fans tweeted, "A legend leaves the pitch, but his ideas and passion will live forever." Another noted, "He didn't just win trophies, he changed the way we understand football." Lucescu's influence went beyond results. He invested in youth, scouting, and development programs that nurtured the next generation of players. Many of his protégés went on to successful international careers, carrying forward lessons of discipline, creativity, and professionalism. He understood that legacy was not built solely on titles but on the people and teams he shaped along the way. Despite the pressure and scrutiny of top-level football, Lucescu remained humble, approachable, and focused on the sport's purity. His methods blended experience with innovation, and he was never afraid to take calculated risks. This balance between tradition and modernity, strategy and mentorship, made him one of the most respected figures in European football. As we reflect on Mircea Lucescu's life, we remember a visionary whose work elevated teams, inspired players, and captivated fans. His career spanned generations, cultures, and countries, leaving a permanent mark on the game. From tactical brilliance to emotional intelligence, from mentorship to championship victories, his contributions to football endure in every corner of Europe. Mircea Lucescu will be remembered not only for the trophies he won or the matches he shaped, but for the way he approached the game, with passion, intelligence, and an unwavering commitment to excellence. His legacy lives on in the players he developed, the clubs he transformed, and the fans who cheered for him across decades. Football has lost a giant, but his influence will remain, echoing in every pitch, every pass, and every team inspired by his vision.